Hi there, in this video I am going to guide you through an exercise to help you open all of your senses to the beauty of nature so that you can really feel and tune into the healing vibration and the nature consciousness that is around you. So I am Fay Johnstone, the author of Plants That Speak, Souls That Sing, which is where this exercise is coming from today. And I'm also the founder of the School of Plant Spirit Reiki and the author of the book with the same name. So for this exercise, what I suggest you do is to stand outside on a non-rainy day. So preferably somewhere where you can surround yourself with, or at least absorb, a beautiful scene. So if you can't kind of be in complete wilderness, be somewhere like on a lovely park bench where in front of you and around you, you might have lovely nature-inspired landscape to open your senses and invite you in. So I'm very blessed here because really within moments of coming out of my front door, I am among the trees or the seashore or my beautiful garden. So if you are more urban, then head out of your front door with the intention of finding beauty in nature. And you may settle in your garden, on your terrace or your balcony. You may find yourself in a park or discover a kind of leafy residential street where the sun is filled and it all just looks beautiful. So have an intention in your mind and in your heart to find a beautiful spot in nature and take yourself there. So when you arrive to your spot of beauty, your spot of choice, just simply stand, breathe, and absorb the scene with all of your senses. So when we connect through our senses, we are actually bypassing our mind, the thinking mind, because our senses are these automatic reactions to the environment. They just happen and they feed us information. So opening up your senses is a lovely direct way for us to feel the presence of the natural world. So open your eyes first of all and fully observe all of the colours, the different shades and hues and tones of colours that surround you. Notice how the light reflects, the different way that the plants interact against the backdrop of each other and against the backdrop of the sky. Noticing how they connect with and interact with the earth, each other, and noticing the different depths above you in the sky. Just really opening to absorb with your eyes this feast for your eyes. And we always put so much emphasis on the visual in our day-to-day. So really take some time here to truly see and observe. And you may find yourself really drawn to particular colours or particular shapes and forms or pattern. You may notice what draws you in or what you simply sort of want to ignore and choose to look in another direction. So just really observing with your eyes and truly opening, telling yourself to truly observe and see what is there. Notice the mind will want to be judging as it does this, making decisions about what it likes, what it doesn't like, what looks nice, what doesn't look so nice, which colours it prefers, and so on. And just notice all of that going on, because all you are doing is simply observing, opening your eyes to truly look and see. And when we do this, when we take the time to look around us, we really start to see so much. It's like so much is revealed to us that we haven't actually seen before, because we haven't taken the time to truly stop and actually really open your eyes to start to see. So notice what's new that you haven't seen before when you start to open your eyes. And next, let's move to your sense of hearing. So focusing on what you can hear, opening up your ears and starting to really listen to those subtle sounds that are going on around you. There's the sounds which are really beyond the obvious noise. So here where I am, it's a relatively peaceful day. I've got bird chitter-chatter in the background, and I can hear the leaves rustling in the breeze. So that's kind of like the obvious sounds, but opening up your ears to what you can hear, what's going on beneath that. And there's often murmurings, human-made noises, or there might be unusual noises of a different bird, for example, or an animal that you suddenly become aware of when you drop into really truly listening. And then again, when we're doing this, when we're opening our ears in this way, we're really trying to we're trying to listen for what is not obvious. We're trying to go beyond that sort of noise which we don't even listen to anymore. We're trying to just simply absorb what is without judgment. But notice how your mind will prefer some noises to others. You might kind of feel a little sense of annoyance or frustration when you hear noises or human-made noises like a car, or it's always roadworks and machinery, which I find kind of make me tense up and get frustrated. So just really tuning in and noticing what's there, what's playing out for you that you can hear. And then it's time for your sense of smell. So take a few deep breaths in through your nose and really focusing, opening up this sense of smell here and noticing whatever might be present there. I know for me, what I notice immediately is actually, so this isn't really connected to smell, it's actually connected to the humidity in the air. There's quite a lot of cool, humid air here because we're by the sea. And so I get a sense of that when I breathe in through my nose. It starts to cool down and it's feeling moist. And then beyond that, there's quite a few fragrances in the air for me. Quite a few nice ones, I must say. There's a lot of flowers here. There's a eucalyptus tree just right beyond where the camera is. And yeah, I've got this kind of, I feel like I can smell sunshine, put it that way. So how is it for you? What are you picking up with your sense of smell? And again, noticing how the judgment wants to come in and label things nice or pleasant or bad or unpleasant and uncomfortable. And, we just notice how the mind wants to go off and make a story around that. And then let's look at your sense of touch. So how can your skin interact with your natural environment? So I've already mentioned actually that even in my nostrils, I was feeling the coolness and the moisture in the air. And I can feel that on the bare skin of my arms as well. So for you, just noticing, is there sun? Is there moisture? Is there a wind? Is it warm? Is it cooling? Is it damp, or is it drying, or burning, or scalding, or uncomfortable, or scratchy? I'm actually sitting on a wooden bench, and yeah, I'm suddenly noticing my surroundings feel quite hard and scratchy, whereas if I was perhaps sitting on the soft sand or the soft soil, I might feel a little bit more comfortable. So again, opening up that sense of our sense of touch. And I'm a very tactile person. So whenever I'm out in nature, I want to connect. I want to physically touch things, whether that's through my feet, if I'm taking a walk and noticing how the earth feels through my feet, or whether it's through simply my bare skin, or through physically actually placing my hands on certain plants and places and rocks and flowers and allowing that caress. So just noticing what there is around you that makes you want to reach out and touch it, or that makes you want to recoil and kind of come further inwards into your kind of personal space. Yeah, just noticing what is there around you and imagining how would that feel against your skin. So I've mentioned this eucalyptus tree, which I can see in front of me, and my imagination can make a story about what that bark would feel like, because it looks really rough. And I have a Korean pine tree to my right, and again, I'm just imagining, I can use my imagination to imagine how that would feel if I was to reach and touch it, and actually how that would smell if I was to come a little closer to it, because I know it's a pine, so I'm imagining it would have a beautiful aromatic fragrance that would touch me. So now open your mouth and breathe with your mouth open, as if you were kind of taking a big gulp of the world around you, as if you were swallowing the entire scene with your mouth. If there is a taste, what does it taste like? What is there left lingering on your mouth, or a sensation on the tip of your tongue? If you were just taking a chunk, taking a mouthful, taking a bite out of this scene, what would that taste like, and how would you describe it to somebody? So my bite today is quite a fresh, floral and fruity bite, really. It's the taste of, it's not actually the taste of the end of summer. It's that taste somewhere in between. And now open your heart. Remember the heart space where we breathe. This is where we connect with not only yourself, your inner being, your inner knowing, but also with that natural world around you. So really now, and I always love to put my hand on my heart, because then I know I'm engaging, and my heart feels supported, and I've got my attention focusing on this beautiful heart space. So take a breath here in this heart space, breathing into your heart, and just breathe here as if this beautiful natural scene around you, as if you were breathing that in, sucking all of that in into your heart. And just keep breathing like that, breathing in the scene. You're breathing in everything that you can see, everything that you can smell, everything that you can hear, everything that you can touch and you can taste, breathing all of that into your heart. And as you do this, as we breathe this beautiful scene in nature into your heart, it's as if there's an opening. So really, as you breathe, imagine your heart expanding to fill with all of this beauty that surrounds you. You're breathing in the sky, the clouds, the flowers, the leaves, the trees, the rocks, the stones, grass, breathing in all of this natural world, all of its fragrances, all of its colors, all of its textures and its forms and its majesty, and it's awe-inspiring. So breathing here in your heart, breathing all that in, breathing in this picture of time, this story, and really allow your heart to open and hold this beauty. Make space for the beauty that is around you and this life that is happening. It just is. And now this lovely special part which I love is tell the scene where you are. Tell it of the beauty that you see, that you hear, that you smell, that you touch, and that you taste. And so you can do this in a number of ways. Sometimes I just simply say, I see you, you are beautiful. Sometimes I might just say, thank you, this is amazing. Thank you for holding me. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Thank you for your beauty and your color. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Thank you for the beauty that you inspire in me and in my heart. So that's a really special moment to be with nature. Allowing what flows from your heart as you allow yourself to express to this place where you've just spent breathing and looking and smelling and tasting and touching. Just allowing yourself to express. And sometimes, I've mentioned it many times before, I love to sing. I might get spontaneous poetry and so on. So notice what flows for you and through you as you express to the natural world around you your thanks and really what's going on inside of you, this feeling that you have. And try here in this space not to engage your mind too much. Just be with that feeling. So you can simply express to the natural world, I feel joy, I feel hope. Or, you know, if it's something else, I feel sadness, I feel held. Whatever you feel, just allow whatever needs to flow. And obviously here, acknowledging that it's not always joy and roses and fun and sunshine when we're out in nature. Sometimes we can be really reflective and pensive, and we go to those really deep, painful places. And nature mirrors that back to us and simply is and holds us in that sacred space. So just acknowledge that and always be prepared for that, because the nature has a way of bringing healing and bringing the light to exactly where we need the healing and the light. And we always cover up those places because they make us feel, they give us pain and we're struggling there. So just allow yourself to simply relax and be when you're in nature. And sometimes when we do that, it's like our guard's down, but nature truly sees us and can help us heal there. So just be prepared for allowing a flow of tears, or often it might be joy, it might be this lovely kind of that I've been expressing here today. But I just wanted to say that because it's not always the joy that flows. Often for me, I will be very sad, and it's important to just allow that to flow and know that nature sees you and feels you and holds you and witnesses you. And again, sometimes just being held, being witnessed by some beautiful trees, by some birds that are in the neighborhood, that's really a really beautiful, sacred experience to have and also to acknowledge as well. So spend as long as you need in this space, obviously, and just honoring and recognizing the beauty, the life which is flowing around you. It's a very, very simple exercise. And just again, another exercise in this really is about feeling for a response in your body. So I've mentioned sometimes the responses are joyful and they inspire us to sing or feel creative or get ideas or feel inspired to write poems and all of those sorts of things. But other times the responses we have in our body just feel awkward, they feel sad, they feel uncomfortable. So just keeping breathing in the beauty of what is around you, and just noticing and allowing it to flow through your body, noticing the parts of your body that feel alive, that feel in pain, that feel like they're resisting, that feel like they're opening. There's all sorts of things to feel, and even as I've been sat here and I'm starting to tune into my body, yes, I'm getting a bit of discomfort because I was mentioning before, I'm sitting on a very hard kind of itchy wooden bench, which is now starting to make itself shown in me, and my back starting to feel sore. So again, noticing all of these things which are happening in your body and really embodying your experience of where you are. And now the next part of this exercise is to ask whichever of the following questions feels right. And you can adjust this wording to suit you as you see fit and as it corresponds to the scene which is playing out in front of you. And I remember when these words came to me, they came to me actually when I was taking a walk by the River Tweed, where we used to live in the Scottish borders, and it was a particularly beautiful sunny day. I was with my 2 dogs, and I just simply had to stop sort of walking because the effort of walking was almost like too much for me, because my senses were just overloaded with this sort of joy of the sun and the water interacting, and this beautiful kind of trees at the side. There are the willows and the rowan and the alders by the side of the river were just like, everything was alive. One of those beautiful sunny afternoons. So I had to stop, and this all kind of downloaded and came to me. And so these are the questions that I found myself asking, and these are some questions which you might want to ask. So, may I be beautiful like the trees that I see. May I be beautiful like you. May I be colourful like the flowers that I see. May I be graceful with the passing of the seasons. May I be strong and elegant. May I be flowing and purposeful. May I be alive with the spirit of nature. May I be supported and nourished by the earth. May I shine in the light of the sun. May I be beautiful among my peers. May I be determined to grow no matter what. May I be certain of my path and my purpose. And it was questions like that that flowed through me as a reflection of the beautiful symphony of colour and this aligned force of nature that was surrounding me and giving off this such high vibration of the creative force that is the universe. And so that was what prompted those questions flowing from my heart. So notice what flows through you as you are putting those words out in prayer, and keep that. I mean, I say they're questions, but really I feel that they're more of a prayer, which for me is like a very, very powerful way of communicating really with the natural world and the universe around you. And just be here until you feel you've kind of expressed enough. And again, what I like to do to kind of close is to just breathe with my hand on my heart, kind of allowing the energy to soften again, to kind of settle down, like having shaken the snow globe a bit, and now we're just peacefully breathing in the heart space. And again, noticing, feeling for what responses come up for you, feeling for any shifts, or you might find that you actually are in a completely different space now than when you actually first started the exercise. So again, being able to compare that kind of before and after, especially if there's something that's been on your mind or bothering you. And then when you feel ready to leave, just make sure you say a great big thank you before you head back home, back to your day. I know that it's really important to write these little things down that come to you, because even the simplest of feelings or sensations or color bursts or ideas and memories that pop up for you, even the simplest of those often has such significance. And if we don't write things down, if the ego takes over and goes, oh yeah, that was cool, I'm going to remember that, we often don't. And that's when we miss the little breadcrumbs, the signs that the universe is actually providing us with for guidance and wisdom along our path. So that was the Beauty of Nature exercise from Plants That Speak, Souls That Sing, my book. And it's all about, really in the chapter, about connecting with plant consciousness and just different ways to connect with the natural world and to connect with plants. So any questions, then get in touch, and you can find more videos like this on my YouTube channel at Fay Johnstone. And there you go. See you soon. Bye everyone.